Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to talk about a very important topic. A lot of people have been asking me how to take entries. Now, entries is a very important topic, because if you have a good entry, you can be confident with that trade. I get so many messages asking me why my stop loss always gets hit. Why is my stop loss always getting hit? They could be paper trading or they could be trading in the live market. But they say to me one very common thing, that their stop losses are getting hit far too often. And as you know, if stop losses keep getting hit, obviously we cannot make profits, right? So let me tell you one important thing here. See, trading is like coin tossing. You know coin toss? We toss a coin, right? So whenever we toss a coin, what is the probability of it being a heads or it being a tails? Can you be very sure that this is going to be a heads or this is going to be a tails? No, right? You cannot be sure. So trading is the same way. You take your trade and then either your SL goes or you take your target, right? So in this thing, the most important part to understand is, like in tossing a coin, a trade also has a 50-50% chance of either going right or going wrong. Now tell me something, what do you think is more difficult to go through while trading? If you know that you've entered the trade, but then you're shaky about that entry, you don't know whether that entry is right or wrong, you don't know whether you should even have taken that entry in the first place. And then sometimes it happens, that we take a trend entry and then we say, oh my god, ये मैंने क्या कर दिया यार, ये तो मैंने गलत एंट्री ले ली, I picked up the wrong one. So that feeling of picking up the wrong entry is extremely detrimental to trading. What happens is, if you take a trade and then you go back and start thinking if that entry was right or not, then it's like the very foundation of it all is shaky. So if the foundation is shaky, how can you be confident that you should stick with the trade right till the point where you get your target or you achieve your profit? It is only when that entry is correct, right? If your entry is accurate. In my experience, I have seen that most often, even I used to do it personally, most often when I used to trade, the initial entries used to be wrong. I used to rush into the trade so quickly. I used to feel, oh, the market is running away, it's going to run away if I don't take an entry here, it'll go away, let me jump in right now. If I don't jump in right now, it's not going to give me an opportunity, I'm going to lose my opportunity and I will not be able to trade today. That rush and that hurrying itself is so detrimental to trading that you completely lose control of both the sides, stop loss as well as your target. And when you enter the trade, the first point that you should ask yourself is, the first question you should ask yourself is whether this entry is allowed by my stop loss. So ask yourself that every time. So to avoid mistakes, what I do, I first place my stop loss. I go the other way around. I don't know, I have never seen YouTubers talk about it, or I don't know if any trainer tells you about this. I doubt, but I tell you, in my experience, I first decide my stop loss. I first mark my stop loss. Do you know that there is this thing called a price range in TradingView, and this long and short entry indicator in TradingView? So I always use that overlay. I always use that, and I am totally calm when taking trades. So what I do is I basically go into the long. If I'm taking a long position, I click the long position, and then I place it on the chart, and then I adjust according to how much I'm risking on that particular trade. I will keep my stop loss. I will measure the points on the spot chart and I will keep my stop loss there, and then I will adjust my entry level accordingly, and then accordingly I will adjust the target, and then I will see if this trade is giving me 1:2 or it is not. It's that simple. So it's a very simple way to enter any trade. You might be using any style of trading, it might be using any strategy, it doesn't matter, but the first thing you should ask yourself is, where am I placing my stop loss? Is my stop loss well protected? Is my stop loss above some resistance if I'm shorting? Is my stop loss below some support if I am going long? And whether after keeping the stop loss there and after taking an entry, whether I get a 1:2 risk reward. Now wherever that line of entry comes on that marking on the chart on TradingView or any broker software that you use, Whenever price retraces or in fluctuations in the volatility, if it touches my line of entry, only then I take a trade, or then I don't take a trade on that day. It does not matter if price goes away. If there is a reversal or if there is a breakout, I will wait for price to retrace to my level, and only then I will initiate an entry. See, even then I could be wrong, but then at least my stop loss is well protected. It is well under a support, or if I'm going short, it is well above a resistance, and then I can keep my stop loss there comfortably. And if my stop loss blows, then it blows, it's fine. But the reason behind doing this is that the confidence it gives you when you try to take an entry is immense. It improves by leaps and bounds when you know that okay, my SL is well protected, my SL is my king, and I need to protect my king, and I'm going to keep my king well protected from the enemy, and I'm going to ensure that okay, if I'm shorting, then buyers are my enemies, and if I'm going long, then sellers are my enemies. So I'm going to make sure that my enemies don't breach my fort, don't breach the defense. Now what is the defense? It is either the resistance if I'm going short, or if it's the support if I'm going long, and my SL is my king. So my king is well protected behind that particular level, and only then will I even think of taking an entry. If I don't think that my SL is protected, I don't keep my SL hanging anywhere. Always, always and always remember that SL is king in this market. No matter what instrument you trade, you might be trading currency, you might be trading commodities, you might be trading indices like me, or you might be trading stocks. Wherever and whatever you do, whichever instrument you trade, it doesn't matter, because SL is always going to be the king. So save your stop loss, protect your stop loss, and then and only then take an entry. Then mark, the last thing you mark is your profit, and then see where your profit level is. Most people have it the other way around. What most people will do is they will think, okay, today I want to make say 10,000 rupees of profit. So will I get 10,000 rupees here? Is this trade worth 10,000 rupees? And then they go back and calculate how much position they should be, what kind of position they should be taking, where they get an entry, not realizing that their SL is hanging somewhere in between, in midair, and that SL can be taken very easily by the enemies. So I personally think that the best way to take entries is to first decide where you can hide your SL. Hide your SL and only then take an entry. Otherwise, don't take that entry. If your SL is hanging and if it's not well protected, if it's not well guarded, don't even take that entry. It does not matter. It's not worth it. So the entry has to be decided by where your SL is. And when you take an entry based on your SL, so now you know that your king is well protected behind your back, and now you're ready for the war. You just don't bother yourself with what it is. So after that, okay, that is what the market is going to do. Either the market is going to give you your reward, or it's going to take away your SL. That's fine, it's okay, but at least you did your job, right? You did your job well, and you should be proud of it. You should be proud of taking your SL. The SL is a very important part of trading. It keeps you humble, and in my personal opinion, taking SL is the best way to learn trading, because your mistakes are your teachers in this market. So all you have to do is learn a few good strategies, and even one good strategy, mind you, even one good strategy is going to give you immensely awesome results. Strategy is not the important part. Strategies are the overglorified version of trading in this market, and a lot of people keep running behind strategies. Even a single strategy will work in that specific market condition. So different types of strategies will work in different market conditions. You should be prepared to take on any type of market condition. Now, finally, let me tell you one thing here, and it's a very important thing that I want to discuss with you. But before that, please ensure that you are subscribed to my channel, okay? Because I'm going to teach you a lot of new things here. I'm going to share a lot of my own personal strategies here, and important strategies which you can actually, very simple ones, which you can actually go ahead and deploy right away in the market, depending on your level of understanding and your mental makeup. You can decide which one to choose. So whichever strategy suits you, you can go on with that. But most importantly, I am running this channel as a teaching channel, so you can all join me and learn, and we can all progress together. So please subscribe to my channel. Also like this video if you have liked it so far, and definitely press the bell icon and share it with other people so newcomers can come here and see these videos and learn from them. The more you see, the more YouTube shares this video with other people, and the more our community grows. So going ahead with what I wanted to tell you, see, there are three levels of there are three results that you can get out of any trade, and trading basically gives you three results. Either you can make a very big loss, or you can make a small loss, or you can make a small profit, or then you can make a big profit. Okay, and out of all these, if you take care of the big losses, the small losses remain. Now on the profit side, you don't need to take care of anything. Profits come automatically. You need your head to cut your trades. You're losing trades, you need to cut them quickly. That's where you need your head, your intelligence, your mind control. So if you cut out the big losses, you're left with the small loss, the big profit, and the small profit. So now the small loss will be taken out by the small profit, so that is gone, and the big profits are what will be left. So if you take care of the big losses, small losses are taken care of by the small profits, and the big profits are all you're left with. So this is a very important equation you need to understand. What else can happen? What else? What do you think of any other scenario that can happen? Okay, some trades you might get out on break even, so you don't make a neither you make any loss nor you make any profit, so that shouldn't matter to you anyway. So what else can you make? A big loss, a small profit, and a big profit, right? These are the only four things that can actually happen. So only if you take care of your big losses, your small profits are going to take care of your small losses. They're going to nullify them, and then you will be left with the big profits, and that is where the big money lies. So this is the equation I wanted to tell you. It's a very simple equation, but I have not heard many people make others understand this equation. It's a very simple equation. Write it down if you need to, and always remember that trading is all about probabilities. You cannot be certain you're going to make profits. It does not happen like that. So to that question of why my SL gets hit all the time, the answer is that is because your SL is hanging. Your SL is not protected. That is because you are too rushed, you're too hurried in taking that trade, and you're not taking care of where your stop loss can be kept. So that's it for today. I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel and also like it, and also press the bell icon, and I will soon be coming out with another video. Till then, signing off.